for the companion edition of Far from the Madding Crowd, call 1-800-255-9424. This hardcover book is $16 plus shipping and handling.
No. Send him away. I shan't be seeing Mr. Mallory ever again. He's much too simple a country boy. I'm going to London, where I shall marry a gentleman. And I'll live in a big, fancy house. And in the summer, we shall travel to France. And spend our days eating chocolate. Whilst reading Byron and Baudelaire. Oh, please, sweet brother. Can't you see what it is that will make me truly happy?
Well, yeah. He's like downstairs. What do you want me to tell him?
Carmen, the seductive gypsy heroine of the opera, will be played by Denyce Graves. Brought up on the wrong side of the tracks in Washington, she sang in the Baptist choir. Now a star in America, she's making her much-anticipated Covent Garden debut.
The only time I ever missed a cue on stage was at the Royal Opera House. People who were making this tape from the BBC were very aggressive and very curious people, and they followed us around everywhere. And as I left my dressing room, they said, "Miss Graves, can we get a few questions about blah, blah, blah?" I said, "Listen, I've got to get to the stage." I said, "No problem, we've got our person in touch on the headphones with the stage manager, and we know that." And I said, "Listen, I really need to get out there." They said, "No, you've got loads of time." Now, I know the opera, right? Shame on me. At any rate, I was giving an interview in the wings, and I missed my cue. And I had to sing, "Hola, hola, José," you know. And they say, "Oh, Carmen, how nice it is to see you," basically, you know. And first of all, there was no "Hola, hola, José," and apparently everybody was looking, and somebody said, "Oh, Carmen, how nice it is to see you." And then I came in later, and I said, "Hola, je suis ici," like I'm here, you know. And everybody sort of looked like, "Where the heck were you," you know. It was a real privilege to be invited to sing at the Royal Opera House. This place alone has such a history. One of the things that struck me funny in the rehearsal process when we would take breaks, everybody would always say, "Should we go have a cup of tea?" And I remember thinking how strange that was. I never thought, when I have a break, I'd really like a cup of tea right now. I remember that as something that really struck a chord inside of me as being sort of funny and cute. In the L'amour doing the habanera, who's the guy that picks me up?
The actors. Maybe a soldier.
Do you guys know who the guy is that picks me up? I think I'm one of those people who enjoy the three-ring circus, you know. I'm often energized by a lot of those last-minute things that go on, and I feel a certain surge of creativity. You really sort of have to have eyes all around your head and be aware of how you have to put yourself in a way outside of your body and be aware, and this is a different type of talent, to be aware of what you look like on stage. That's how you want it?
That cough in the dressing room proved an ominous warning after all. By the end of Act 2, Denyce Graves felt she was losing her voice.
When I found that I had to cancel the debut or postpone the debut, that was a real heartbreaking situation, because the Royal Opera House of Covent Garden is one that is held in such regard and such high esteem amongst people in the profession.
We've 2-3 days and just relax and everything is fine. Just forget it. It's fine. It's not. It's normal. And you're wonderful. Believe me. You're wonderful. And always wonderful.
I was finally there, and I had to cancel in a role which I'd had a bit of success with, so I was comfortable. And I really wanted to go there and do my thing and make my mark. And then I got not just ill, but really, really sick. Can you fix me? Just tell me that now.
I'll do my best. Give me a chance to have a look and see what's going on. I'm going to look in your nose first, okay?
I mean, I really didn't know what was going to happen. And it was the first time that the doctor mentioned cortisone, which is, I think, a 4-letter word in the industry. Lots of singers have had to take it before, if you're in a situation where you've got to perform. It was not something that I pondered a lot, feeling sad about. I thought, better not to do it than to do it, and there was no way I was going to do it under those circumstances, or that I could. The voice sometimes does its own thing. But then, when it finally came, I was so hungry to be up there. I thought, I'm going to get up there tonight, and I'm going to show these British people what Carmen is all about.
She's the best Carmen around, there's no doubt. She's so really full of passion, and she's so believable on the stage, so beautiful. So everything is believable. You can lose your head for her. Yes, absolutely.
Have you?
Of course, every night. I kill her for that every night.
Performing is important to me, and my work is important to me. And so it doesn't matter if I'm performing in front of a bunch of school children or at the Royal Opera House Covent Garden. For me, it's the same, and I try to do the best that I can do on that day, at that time, under those circumstances.
Coming up next on PBS, everything you need to know to start your day. Bloomberg Morning News.
There's always that moment on the Antiques Roadshow where the person finds out how much their thing is worth. If I'm on that show, I'm going to be like, I don't know how much it's worth. So the appraiser guy will say, it's worth $100 million.
Discover America's hidden treasures on the Antiques Roadshow.
100 mil? Boss, I quit.
The Antiques Roadshow. What's in your attic?
Tonight on PBS.
History's Best on PBS. Embracing the moments in time that resonate forever.
Ask not what your country can do for you.
Creating a place for those who have a hold on our spirit and a claim on our soul.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty!
And who better to remind us? History's Best on PBS.
I'm going to whip them here, or they are going to whip me. Suddenly, the Union artillery on Cemetery Ridge and Little Round Top opened fire, and a great moan went up from the Confederate line. Almost a third of those engaged, 51,000 men, were lost. As the rebels staggered back, Lee rode out to meet them. All this has been my fault, he told them.
It was an incredible mistake, and there's scarcely a trained soldier who didn't know it was a mistake.
Lee's army would never again penetrate so far into Northern Territory.
This is who we are. The American Experience on PBS.
Architecture is going to be our contribution to the great civilization of the future.
There could be no more interesting person than Frank Lloyd Wright.
Once you walk into a Frank Lloyd Wright building, I think you just have to know, you want to know about the person who made that space and the story behind it.
I hated him, of course, but that's only normal when a man is so great.
Tonight on PBS. Coming up next on PBS, everything you need to know to start your day. Bloomberg Morning News.